So you want to buy a house. Well, now what? You know, the funny thing is I get this question all the time, is what happens throughout the process of a mortgage? Obviously, most people can't afford to buy a house unless they get a mortgage, so they got to understand what the process of getting that mortgage is. So I'm going to kind of take the mystery out of that for you just a little bit and kind of walk through the different steps. My name is Tom Sherman. I'm with Benchmark Mortgage, and I've been in the mortgage industry for going on 30 years. And I'm going to tell you a lot has changed on the mortgage industry, but the actual process of getting the application has not. When you're getting an application, let me kind of sum up what we're looking for. So the first thing we're looking for is we got to verify someone's income. The second thing we're looking for is we got to verify their credit. That is all part of the application process. So let me kind of walk through step by step what happens as you go through the process of getting a mortgage loan. Well, the first thing you're going to do is you're going to talk with a lender, hopefully a lender that you trust, hopefully a lender that has been referred to you, hopefully a lender that actually cares about your best interest. And that lender is going to do something called pre-qualify you. And they're going to do a very cursory understanding of what your income is, what your debt is, where your money's coming from, etc. Once all those questions have been done, they're going to let you know that you're pre-qualified, and they're going to ask you to complete the application. When you complete the application, typically it's going to be online. Typically it's going to be through a secure portal, and that application is going to give you an opportunity to enter things like your date of birth, your social security number, where you've lived the last couple years, who your employer has been the last couple years, what your pay stubs are like. All of those things you're going to enter into this application. You're then going to have an opportunity to upload documents that will verify all of that information. So we're talking about uploading your W-2s, uploading your tax returns, uploading the last 2 months worth of bank statements, uploading the last 30 days worth of pay stubs, lots of other stuff, copies of your social security card, copies of your driver's license, etc. Well, all that's going to be uploaded into your application portal. And once that's done, your loan officer is going to call you, and they're going to walk through the next steps on the process. I'm going to kind of take the mystery out of that for you. Once all that's been uploaded, your file is then going to be turned into processing. And the processor is going to verify everything that you have turned in. They're going to verify that your social security is really yours. They're going to verify that your driver's license really is yours. They're going to verify that the W-2s and tax returns that you uploaded actually are real. They're going to verify that the bank statements that you've got are actually your money. You'd be amazed how many mortgages have elements of fraud in them, and fraud is a pretty scary term, but basically where people give information that really doesn't belong to them. Well, the processors are going to verify all of the information that you've uploaded. They're going to make sure that it's true and correct, and they're going to make sure that it's what the underwriter is going to look for. Once they've verified that, they're also going to do things like order the appraisal. They're going to order the title work. They're going to order a survey if necessary. And once all that is done, it's going to be sent to the underwriter. Well, the underwriter is going to be the final check on all the information. And honestly, the underwriter is the one who is committing the bank to lending money. So they're going to make sure that all of that information that you've uploaded, that the processors are verified, they're going to make sure that all of that truly is correct and nobody has missed anything. Once that has been done, check mark, your loan has been finally approved, and everything can get ready to go to closing. But that's not the end of the story. Once the file gets into closing, it typically is about 24 hours for the closer to take all the data that the underwriter has said. They then send all of that information to the title company. The title company prepares something called a closing disclosure. That closing disclosure is then sent to you. You confirm all the numbers, and then hurrah, the final part of this process occurs. The day of closing, you go sign all the final documents, and you're going to then fund the loan. So let's kind of talk about timeline for each one of those. Your pre-qualification process typically shouldn't take more than 5 or 6 minutes. It's a pretty quick process. The application process, where you're filling in all the information in the online application and uploading the documents, that's going to take about 30 to 45 minutes. The homebuyer consultation with your loan officer, once that application has been done and they're verifying everything with you, that process is going to take about an hour. That's where really it starts to get a little different from your really good lenders and your just average lenders. Quite frankly, during that process is where we as a lender really look at ourselves more as a consultant than just a loan officer. In fact, our mission statement is we coach and consult clients through the largest financial decision of their life life with the goal of helping them be better stewards of their resources. Our ultimate goal is how do we help you get debt-free, which who doesn't want to be debt-free? So during that process, we're looking at your application. We're actually spending this hour and a half time. We're asking you a lot of questions about your financial goals, about where you want to be in 3, 5, 10, 20 years. We're asking you questions about job stability, where do you see your career going, etc. And then what we're going to do is we're going to tailor a loan product that's specifically designed for you. We call it architecting the right loan product for you. Again, that process takes, an hour to 2 hours. Once that's been done, your file goes into processing. The processing process takes typically 3 to 4 days. We're going to verify all the information that you've given us. We're going to make sure that your employer still says you're employed. We're going to make sure your money's still in your bank. It's going to take 3 to 4 days. The underwriting process after that will take typically 24 to 48 hours. And then once that's done, we get some conditions. Those get updated, a few days more, and then you're ready to close. All in, the process from pre-qualification to actual closing and funding on the loan will typically take 20 to 30 days. Now, I can tell you the more effort you put into the front end, I can't tell you how many clients will call me and say, I don't know where my bank statements are. I don't know where my W-2s are. Well, all of that takes a little extra time. So the more effort you'll put in on the front end, the fewer questions you'll have on the back end, and quite frankly, the faster the loan will close. Again, that's a high-level overview. Plan on 30 days throughout the application process. Make sure you're talking with a lender that actually wants to coach and consult you through this process to architect the right loan for you. And if you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out. Hey, thanks so much for listening to this video. Please share this video. Anybody who's buying a house, anybody who's getting a loan, they're going to have questions about this. Please forward this video to them. Know we're here to help and educate as much as we can. Please don't hesitate to reach out to me if you need me. We're going to have lots more videos for you, so please log back on and see what's going on. We'll talk to you soon.